Greetings, Intro to Computing students. This is your professor coming at you. My name is Jeff Dunker. This course was formerly known as Introduction to Python, and I wanted to get you guys a brief introduction to how to navigate the course and see how to get to your assignments. So, if you log into BlackBoard and go into the course, you're going to be welcomed by the welcome screen, and it's just going to say hi, whatever your name and what course you're in. What you're going to want to focus on are two areas. One is course information on the left, and underneath that is course content. If you have any questions throughout the course, you can always click on email your professor to email me a question that you have. And if you need any particular course resources, we do have something besides the textbook that you have to purchase, but it's totally free. It's Open Now, Cengage Introduction to Computing narrative. This is a free open source book, unedited, unchanged, and available to you for the course. So that's under course resources, but you'll also find it under week 1 material as well. So let's go into course information just to see what is involved in the course. You will have a course information sheet that you can download to see, how I do grading for the course, and just standard policies and college-wide notices are put in that as well. So if we just open that up just to take a look, it will download, and then you can open it right up, and it will show you, stuff like what textbook you need. You'll need examinee testing access codes that can be purchased from the bookstore. You'll be able to see that, and just tells you what the required items are for the course description, what the learning outcomes are. We've recently added a few things to give you a better overall understanding of software development, what algorithms are about, and just to give you an understanding what this new text does as well. It gives you a little bit of history of computers as well. But the meat of the course is still Python development, and you're going to be able to get challenged with making your own programs and working with the Python idle environment, and you'll get to try all that out for yourself on your home computer online. So this is the first time we're doing the course online, and definitely appreciate feedback for how you think the approach is working, and I thank you very much. So without further ado, let's take a look at the assignment schedule. That's the second item under course information, and basically I'm going to be updating this throughout the semester, but I've put out there the first 2 weeks for the course, and it's basically formatted. Each week you'll have some required readings to do from both books. Starting out with Python, which is the paper text, but you can also download it and purchase it PDF format. So starting out with Python 4th edition, you'll be reading chapter 1 for this week, which is roughly 30 easy reading pages. But also from the Open Now text for Intro to Computing, you'll need to read 3 sub-lessons. Lesson 1.2, Storage Media, and that's going to give you a little bit of understanding of binary systems, because that's what this week lab is about, is converting decimal numbers to binary and binary to decimal, as well as hex and some octet numbers. So you'll get multiple conversion experiences from the lab. But keep in mind that there is an early challenge this week, and you'll be able to, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and try it out. All you're basically doing is setting up and installing the Python idle environment a little bit early. There's no requirement to do that this week, but if you get a chance, please do, because the download area, I put a link to it out there, and you should be able to try the setup for yourself on your home computer and try to get to work. So that's what's involved with week 1, just doing some reading. There are no quizzes, but the lab is a graded assignment, so make sure to turn that in before Sunday 11:59 p.m. You'll basically see that all the due dates are listed within the assignment schedule. So Lab 1 for the binary decimal hex conversion lab, that's due this Sunday, 1/26 at 11:59 p.m. For week 2, we're going to be getting into input processing and outputs and understanding a little bit more about the inner workings of a computer, what the processors do, the different types of storage media out there, input-output devices. There's an optional video for setting up PyCharm as a development environment. That's more of an integrated development environment, an IDE they call it. And this is totally something out of the scope of the course, but it gives you good exposure to what real development environments look like, because this is a more full-featured, rich, enhanced method to debug your programs, to see what the syntax errors that you're getting are, because it'll color code what works and what doesn't work differently. And overall, it's just a way for you to further enhance your programming skills and add something to your resume as well. So I put that out there in case you want to try PyCharm out, but you will be coding for the most part in IDE, in the the Python idle environment. So Lab 2, the second week, that's due that Sunday, the next Sunday, February 2nd, 11:59 p.m. That's the intro to the Python idle environment. Essentially, you're going to be installing it if you haven't installed idle already, and you'll want to make sure that you can actually make your first program, a simple hello world type of program that's listed and detailed within the content of week 2. Additionally, some post-lab exercises that I want you to try out is getting your hands dirty into more coding and using the programming examples from the book, making variables, doing multiple variables in a program, creating a test score average program, a time converter, and then a graphical turtle interface, making Orion, the constellation, with the turtle graphics routines that are built into Python in the idle environment. Just keep a note that if you ever do get to campus and you need additional tutoring assistance, it is available, and it's in our Building 9, Room 264 ICT Resource Lab, and it's essentially open 6 days a week, and there are staff at that location that can help you with your troubleshooting of your assignments. They're not going to do the programs for you, but in case you get stuck with something, they'll try to explain it to you in a different way to get the tasks done. Please keep in mind that I do have office hours here on campus as well in case you get here, but I can do Skype and other types of interaction besides email if you're getting some really troublesome situations with your code. I can try to make arrangements outside of office hours to do that as well. Let's plan in advance. Give me some advance notice of when you have time available, and we'll try to do the best we can. So that was course information, and I'm going to be updating it with weeks 3 through 16 later each week, including this week. I'll be doing more updates. So course content, that's where you're going to find the meat of the course. Right now you're going to see 2 different areas, and week 1 we're going to go into for the introduction to computers and programming. What I have here basically in every week are your labs, any PowerPoint notes from the Python book, as well as maybe some stuff that I have links from the other ebook as well, or just some general YouTube stuff to help you with how to do assignments. So our first item here is the Open Now Cengage ebook to download. Besides being in course resources, like I said, it's here in week 1, so you can download it to your desktop and review it when you need to do your reading assignments. I've also applied some PowerPoint notes for you that are a good overview of the topics discussed for chapters in the Python book. I also included a good description of what high-level versus low-level languages are right under the PowerPoint notes as well. So that's a good quick 8-minute video to view to get your understanding of what the differences are between those two type of programming languages. I've also put out here an easy how to convert hexadecimal to binary to decimal tutorials. That's a quick 4-minute video that I found on YouTube that really helps relay the concepts on how you can do those calculations yourself and not rely on Windows Calculator, because you will have to do these for yourself for our first exam. So be familiar with how to do decimal to binary conversions, and if you have questions on it, definitely you can email me as well. So our first lab is the final content item here in week 1, and that's basically a Word document that you can download and fill out for yourself and answer the questions within it. We made it pretty self-explanatory. You'll make some observations on what you've done to convert. It won't just be what is the number in decimal versus binary, but it'll ask you things like for even numbers, what do you notice that's unique to the even numbers versus odd numbers, and so forth. So if you have questions, I'm just email away, but take time to read through the document before completing it, and then once you're done completing it, you'll basically submit it. And how you submit a lab or any other assignment in Blackboard is you basically see how it says Lab 1 Binary Decimal Conversion Lab, click here to submit. All you have to do is on that link that says click here to submit, click it. And what it's going to do is bring up an area for you to submit that file that you just completed. So that was just a Word document, so you would just browse your computer and find your Word document that you just saved to your desktop or to a different file location of your choosing, and then you'll just be able to put that in there, and then at the bottom there is a submit option, and you'll be able to submit it. So that should get you started for week 1, and if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Bye.